Hello, and welcome to The Next Imperative. I'm Jeff Angulo, a Senior Director at the Alvarez & Marsal, and your host and moderator. This special episode is about the integration of successful energy consultancy, the Carnrite Group, into Alvarez & Marsal. Joining me for this discussion are three distinguished leaders from A&M's corporate performance improvement practice: Tom Elsenbrook, Lee McGinnis, and Al Carnrite. Gentlemen, why don't we start with self-introductions?
I'm Tom Elsenbrook. I live in Houston, and I've been with Alvarez & Marsal for almost 20 years. Before that, I was 20 years with Arthur Anderson, and I've been responsible for building the performance improvement practices that live adjacent to the restructuring practices in Alvarez & Marsal.
My name's Lee McGinnis, and I lead Alvarez & Marsal's energy performance improvement practice, and I'm very excited to be partnering with the Carnrite Group and doubling the size of our team effectively.
Al Carnrite, founder of the Carnrite Group and managing director at Alvarez & Marsal. 30 years we've been in business, and we're really excited by the combination of our group and the energy group within A&M and what we can do for our clients.
Al, let me start with you. What do you want our clients to know about what's just happened?
That's a great question, Jeff, actually, because I've had a lot of inbound calls, as you would expect, people trying to figure out what all this means. The reality is our approach to delivering projects at A&M and Carnrite was very similar. Deep industry expertise, dogged determination to drive value on behalf of our clients, and an approach that was customized to each client's culture. So nothing about the way we deliver projects going forward is going to change. What is going to change is we've got access to a lot more capability, both in areas such as tax, in areas such as digital, perhaps in the energy transition space as well. So these are all areas we worked in, but with the exception of tax, but we just didn't have the global scale that was required to help our global customers, our global clients.
Lee, what do you think from the Alvarez & Marsal perspective?
Well, I echo Al's comments, and the most exciting thing for us is we worked adjacent to the Carnrite Group dating back to, I think, 2006, and have always had the utmost admiration for the capabilities, the similarities in the services that we provide, but then there's also a lot of unique things that the Carnrite Group has done over the years that we think is really going to flourish together. So we're very, very excited. We've got a lot of common clients. We've got different clients that we now have the ability to introduce great new thought leadership and expertise into clients that we've been serving for a while. So all of those things are exciting, and our clients have expressed that excitement after hearing the news several weeks ago.
Tom, what would you like to add?
Well, when we combine talent from other organizations and other firms, what we try to do, and we've done this in all of our industry programs, what we try to do is take the best of both worlds. So we're not trying to make Carnrite A&M, we're not trying to make A&M Carnrite. What we're trying to do is take the best of Carnrite and the best of A&M and create new customer experience, client experience for our clients and customers. And with Al coming on board, he brings a lot of senior executive one-on-one experience at the strategy level, and we'll be able to combine that with the execution capability of A&M. We'll also be able, as Al said, to combine the Carnrite capabilities with the other functional capabilities that didn't exist within Carnrite. And the best example is tax. We bring our tax team to every transformational opportunity across all the industries, and especially in energy.
Next question, gentlemen. How does the joining of Carnrite and A&M deliver enhanced value to our clients? And Tom, I think you've hit on this a little bit in your response to the last question. Al and Lee, what do you think?
I think, as you'd imagine, over 30 years, we've had a lot of inbound interest in the firm. And for 30 years, we stayed separate. And we finally decided that the right time was now to join a firm that was like-minded with us, which is A&M. Culturally aligned, we approach the business the same way. And driving value for our clients is why we get up every day and what we're trying to do. That could be an energy transition project. It could be a strategy or portfolio project, which we're doing a lot of these days. It could be performance improvement. So it touches on everything, and energy, as everybody knows, is a global business. So we're really excited to have the global capability to bring to our clients.
Lee, any thoughts?
Sure. I think the global aspect is one in particular where effectively doubling in size of our core energy performance improvement team with Al and team joining has greatly increased our ability to deliver complex global projects for our clients. And with the consolidation that's happening in the energy market, that's becoming more and more important for us. And I think that's a great new capability that this brings.
Gentlemen, what can clients expect from the newly combined group? What's going to be the same? What's going to be a little bit different? Al, you want to take this one first?
Same is quite simple. What they're going to get is they're going to get quality consultants, helping them drive real change within their company in a way that culturally fits that company. So we're not a square peg looking for a square hole. We're trying to come up with something that truly does fit. And every company's got a different culture. We've learned that over 30 years, and A&M's learned it over decades. And so what we deliver has got to fit the cultural footprint of that company. The world has gotten a lot more complex in the global energy and what's going on with Russia and other spots, to know that energy now has become it was always a complex business. It's become ultra complex now. Broader capabilities. We need commercial capabilities we've never had as an industry, being the energy industry. The energy transition is new. The social input we're getting from people across society is much more vocal than it ever was before. And now we've got supply disruptions and supply chain disruptions. So it is now a perfect time for our clients to rethink how they go about their business and how they're going to execute going forward. Because that, from our perspective, not only will we see more consolidation, but it takes a lot more thoughtful strategy and roadmap to success in the world going forward.
Thanks, Al. And I know Carnrite Group has many clients outside the energy sector. I think it's going to be the same for that group as well?
Yeah, we most of those clients came to us through private equity. As most people know, A&M's got a large private equity group. So we're tied at the hip with that capability that they've got. But whenever we get an inbound consumer products or industrial manufacturing, then we'll obviously continue to do that work on behalf of our clients, and we'll bring the best capability that A&M has to offer to those clients.
And Lee, what are your thoughts on how A&M's existing clients are going to see any changes or not from the newly combined group?
Well, the commitment to quality service will never change, so we'll start there. But one of the things that will get enhanced, an example, last week we were working with the Carnrite Group team members pursuit, where Al and team had decades of experience with a couple of the new executives at one particular client. A&M had experience with a few different entities that had been acquired over the last couple of years by that entity. And we get into discussions and we've got more insights about the company and the leaders. We have more insights about the entities together because of our collective experiences. And so what I would just say is that we were bringing much more to the table, much more to the discussions, better understandings, and things in the end all translate to better outcomes for our customers. That right there is one example of how it's going to change for the positive. One thing that won't change is all parties have always been relentless towards creating the best value and return for our clients, and that will continue and enhance.
Tom, do you have any additional thoughts?
A&M's grown from $100 million in revenue in 2003 to $2.7 billion in revenue today. Our platform's just much larger. One thing that A&M is better than any other firm at internally is integrating new teams who have a common set of values. And if you've seen Al operate just in the last 45 days within A&M, it's as if he's been here for 20 years. So our platform's bigger, we have more scale, we have a greater need to deliver at higher levels within the organization at the entire enterprise level, and bringing the Carnrite Group in gives us that capability. And because of the way that our culture is at A&M, it's an easy fit to come in and operate effectively very quickly within the A&M business unit.
Al, this question's for you. Why join A&M and why now?
Very good question. It's kind of multi-pronged answer. As Lee pointed out, we have competed with A&M, it seems like forever. We've always had a healthy respect for A&M, whether we win or they win, because we knew we were going to bring the right solution to the client. We followed other consulting firms into clients, which is fairly normal. When we follow A&M into a client, there was no pushback on A&M. It was all positive. And we don't always get that with some of the other consulting firms. Why is the timing right now? There's going to be massive consolidation, disruption in the industry. So scale from a consulting and ability to bring different talents together is more important now than it's ever been. So we just looked at the world and we said, with the world changing as quickly as it is and getting a lot more complex, then we needed to be part of a much bigger platform. And one that fit us really well was A&M because of the cultural fit and the values and the approach to doing projects. And that Lee and the whole energy team has built pretty amazing. So,
Lee, I'll ask you the reverse question. Why Carnrite and why now?
Well, quite frankly, we've always had an interest in joining forces with the Carnrite group. So this is, I think we've been ready for a while and are very excited. The question about why now, if you look at our collective list of projects and client engagements that are going on, we've got multiple engagements in Europe, in the Middle East, in Australia, in Africa, in Latin America, in Northern Asia, as well as what's been kind of our epicenter in North America. And just looking at that footprint and looking at how we can better serve those clients, I think the Carnrite Group, it's fair to say, over the years has got a much deeper set of client engagements internationally. We found that extremely appealing. We've been growing as well. We've got offices in about 30 countries with local teams that can provide delivery support wrapped around our very deep energy expertise. And that's something that we fully intended to capitalize on. And we've had several pursuits already in the last 45 days, which have been focused on exactly that.
Tom, what are your thoughts?
Well, Jeff, that's an easy question. We've been courting Al and his team for 5 years, and finally, he decided and the team decided to join us. So we've known Al, we've known the team, we've worked side by side, we've competed, and now we're part of one team.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me for this very special episode of The Next Imperative. We're all excited to be working together, and we all look forward to helping our clients improve their businesses and solve their problems. I'd also like to thank our audience for their time. We hope you found this special episode enlightening, and we look forward to sharing valuable business insights in future episodes. Thank you.